Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on this video. This is Sean Weathers, and I am the Cinephile. The footage we're about to watch together is from the 1971 Sam Peckinpah film, Straw Dogs, a controversial film that was banned in the UK. The film stars Susan George and Dustin Hoffman. Peckinpah is one of my favorite directors, known for his slow-motion graphic shootouts and sentimentality. Sometimes it was hard for him to strike that right balance. He wanted to do films like The Ballad of Cable Hogue and Junior Bonner, and moviegoers just wanted to see his classic Western shootouts like The Wild Bunch. This film to me struck the perfect balance. You had the drama throughout the film and the one shootout at the end. Let's take a look at the behind-the-scenes footage of Straw Dogs, 1971.
This house behind me here is Trenchard's Farm. It's the temporary home of an American professor, David Sumner, and his wife, Amy. They've come over to Britain and come to Cornwall, where they find themselves faced with the perhaps justifiable hostility that Cornish people always are credited to have towards foreigners. Well, the local Cornish people take the law into their own hands, hence the title of the book, The Siege of Trenchard's Farm. Earlier today, I spoke to him and to Susan George. First, Sam Peckinpah. Almost based. The West Country people are portrayed as being very insular and inward-looking and inbred. Is this how you found?
Well, I've found insular and inbred people all over the world. I certainly wouldn't confine them to the West Country, as you say. I certainly found them in the South, in the West, in Nevada, Arizona. Some of my own family, I think, fit very well in some of the characters here. We're all a bit inbred.
Gordon Williams, who wrote the book upon which this film is based, has complained publicly that the film is nothing like the book. How do you answer, as a director, criticisms like that?
I think Mr. Williams has a penchant for his own work. I don't.
You haven't had exactly the best kind of weather, certainly not today. Would you come back to Cornwall to make another picture?
No, I intend to come back here to live. I leased a house here.
May we ask where?
Just down the road, about 2.5 miles.
Will you be living here very much? Or?
Well, I hope so. I like it here very much.
Well, maybe we welcome you to the West Country, Mr. Peckinpah.
I adore it. I like it. I even like the weather.
Thank you very much.
Despite the fact that I almost died of pneumonia here, I've become acclimated now, so you can't get rid of me.
But even on location in Cornwall, the star still gets a chair with his name on the back. I mean, it's very rough here today. It's misty, it's cold.
Well, as far as it is cold. It's a little warmer for me than I would be if I were in New York now, because they're having the coldest winter they've ever had in a long time. It's about 0 degrees with a lot of snow. So I feel that this is a reprieve for me. But
I've got to break it up because they're waiting for Dustin.
Oh, you're waiting to shoot? Well, I'm sorry. Maybe we can talk to you in a little while. Thank you. Thank you.
I was on it.
Sorry, yeah,
That's okay.
Wait a minute, I gotta get my glasses.
And we had a young actress who maintained that in order to get on these days, you just had to take your clothes off in films. Now, you, I think, have a very different view of that.
I don't think it's true. There are stipulations one makes all the time about when and why, if there's a good reason. But I don't think one has to take their clothes off. I think you have to be a good actress. No, I'm not saying you have to be a good actress, because I suppose people have done it without, but I don't think it's got anything to do with taking your clothes off. I will not sign that bit of paper that says I won't do any films where I don't have to take my clothes. I mean, I don't like doing it. I don't like nude scenes. I have only ever done one which was comparatively nude, and that was only a back shot of me, and that was when I was 17. I feel I was much less inhibited then than I am now, and so now it means more to me than it did then. I don't particularly like the idea, but it depends where and when, as I say.
artificial mist, and yet you can't see more than about 200 yards for the real thing. Still, I suppose that's show business. At least it's movie making. Of them there in the center, Billy Cornelius, who received all those cuts and abrasions on his face a little while ago, demonstrating just how easy it was to get knocked down by a car. Dustin Hoffman again for another couple of moments. Dustin, you really epitomise the young actor of the 1970s. How sort of sensitive are you to this? How obvious does this seem to you?
It seemed only obvious, I guess, after The Graduate, because the part I played was of a young man. Since then, it seems less obvious to me the more I work and the older I get. Right now, I'm almost 34, so I don't feel that I represent the youth.
Yeah, you had your wife and children over here.
They're still here, yes.
How are they liking it?
Fine, very much so. I just wish that we could put our... We have a girl that's almost 5 and a baby that's 4 months. So it would have been nice to put the 5-year-old in school, but we couldn't because it was a short time.
Into an English school?
Yes. Sure.
Would you really like that?
She likes children. You know, it's best for her if she's with other children.
Dustin, you are a family man. How much of an interruption is it coming out on location like this to normal family life?
Well, it's been our biggest problem in marriage, and my family's come with me every film I've done. And unfortunately today, it's not like in the old days where you did everything on the set, in the studio. Today, location is location. You go where the film takes place, and we've been gypsies. We haven't solved that problem at all.
Hoffman, up the set, please. And Susan, George, urgently. Lights going. Need them. Over.